and welcome back to Paper Crafting with Angelina. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Today I am going to be sharing with you how I created a welcome baby card, continuing on with my baby card series. I'll show you, I'm just going to explain to you how I put it together. I won't be taking the time to actually assemble it. I find that those videos take a lot longer to do, and I'm not sure if that's what everybody wants. So if you prefer to see me actually put the card together, please leave a comment down below so that I know that. If you prefer that I just go over the directions as far as how I did it, let me know that as well. And you can always get more detailed information over on my blog at papercraftingwithangelina.blogspot.com. So let's head on over to my workbench and get started. See ya! Okay, so here we are. We're going to go over how I created this card. And this is Welcome Baby, a perfect gift from above. And I am going to be sending this to a dear friend of mine that is just about ready to have their little baby boy. So what I've done is I'm using blush, sorbet, and juniper. And I took a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of juniper, and then I stamped on there with the juniper inks the little rattle, and all of the sentiments and stamps come from B is for baby, and this is from the occasions. So I use this little bassinet, which I think is absolutely adorable, and the Welcome Baby, and the little rattle right here. So I took that and I stamped that throughout just to create my own background paper. I also did it with a piece of sorbet, and the same thing, doing the tone-on-tone stamping to create a border here. You can see a little bit better. Let me come in tight for you. There you can see really well how I stamped that to create the background. And that just gives it a little more texture. Okay, and so next I distressed the edges of the pieces of paper, and then using the Paradise Assortment and Baker's Twine, I used this one right here, which they call cotton candy, but I think went really well. And once I got it on there, it really blended well with the sorbet. I went around 3 times, tied a little bow. Then I added some sparkles on there as well as here. You can see that I cut the corners, rounded the corners here with a little corner rounder, excuse me. Now, one of the nice things about this set is that it coordinates very well with the Art Philosophy cartridge. So in order to get this shape cut out, I used my Cricut Expression, and here on page 62, I cut out this oval number 5, and that was cut out at, 2 1/4 inches. Once I cut it out on some daisy white, I stamped it with the juniper again, and then I added just another little sparkle. So I've got sparkles here, here, and here. Let me come in tight again. So I've got sparkles in 3 different places, and I like to do them in odd numbers. So 3, 3, and 1 by itself. Let's see if you can, hopefully you can see the one that's by itself. There you go. Now the fun thing that I did is I actually used our markers here to color in the little bassinet. Let me go white again for you. Okay, to color in the bassinet. So I used the sorbet, and that's used here, here, and then in the stripes. And then I used also the juniper, and that was done here and on the stripes, as well as up around the little top. And then the blush, and that was here, the body of the bassinet. And I added in the darker shade to bring in some shading. Okay, and then I mounted it all together with 3D foam tape. And first I did put this panel on, trim it down, and then distress that with our little distressing tool. And one other thing I want to share with you is how I cut this stamped image out. Now again, that came from this cartridge. that came from this stamp set. And while some of the images here are with the art philosophy cartridge, this one is not. So that's when you bring in the Brothers Scan and Cut. And what I did is I stamped it multiple times, as you can see here. And then I scanned it with the Brother, and then had it cut out several for me. And that way I can use this again on other projects, and I don't have to do the fussy cutting. It cut a really, really great image. Let me see. So you can see how nicely it cut the image out for me. So anyway, that's how I did that, and I wanted to share that with you. And now I can do more projects with these that I have left over. So I'll be doing a lot of projects like that. I'm excited about that because one thing I don't enjoy is fussy cutting. Again, if you don't have that machine, then by all means. And I understand that I believe the Silhouette Cameo also does something along these lines, but I don't have that machine. I've gone with this one. And pretty much that was it. That's how I created this. I think it came out really well. I used the Tombow Mono multi-adhesive to attach it to my card base. And hope you enjoy that. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you'd like more details, you can head over to my blog at papercraftingwithangelina.blogspot.com. I'll have the measurements and the colors and links to all of the products that I used. You can also find me at Facebook, Paper Crafting with Angelina. I'd love for you to come by and like my page and leave me some comments. Thank you very much, and happy paper crafting. Bye-bye.